Imagine turning on your tap, and nothing comes out. No warning. No timeline. No backup plan. That happened to us. And in just 48 hours, we learned a life-changing lesson. Your home can produce its own drinking water. From air. This is the story of how a water crisis turned into a life-changing solution. It started like any normal morning. Coffee machine ready. Breakfast cooking. Kids getting ready. Then the tap ran dry. At first, it felt like a small inconvenience. We assumed it would be fixed in a few hours. But hours turned into a full day, then a message arrived: water supply disruption, restoration unknown. That word hit harder than anything. Suddenly, water became the most valuable thing in our home. By day 2, reality kicked in. Supermarket shelves were empty. Delivery apps had no slots. Neighbors were searching everywhere for bottled water. It was the first time we truly felt how fragile daily life can be. We depend on water for everything: cooking, cleaning, drinking, hygiene, safety. And when it disappears, everything stops. That's when we realized we needed a real solution, not a temporary fix. A friend sent us a message: "Why don't you make water from the air?" We laughed. It sounded impossible. But curiosity turned into research, and research turned into shock. Because the atmosphere around us holds huge amounts of moisture. Even in dry regions, the air contains water vapor, invisible but real. And with the right setup, that moisture can be captured, condensed, filtered, and turned into drinkable water. In other words, the air around your home can become a water source. We learned about a method called atmospheric water generation. Here's the simple idea. Keycap 1: pull air into a small system. Keycap 2: cool the air to create condensation. Keycap 3: collect the water droplets. Keycap 4: filter and purify the water. It works like the condensation you see on a cold glass, but controlled, clean, and continuous. And the best part? This system could be built using basic tools, affordable parts, step-by-step instructions, no engineering degree required. This wasn't science fiction anymore. It was a practical home project. We decided to try. At first, it felt like a weekend experiment. Parts on the table. Tutorials playing. A mix of excitement and doubt. But slowly, the pieces came together. Fans. Filters. Cooling elements. Condensation chamber. Then came the moment we'll never forget. We turned the system on, and waited. Minutes passed. Then we saw the first tiny droplet. Then another. Within hours, we had collected our first container of water. Real. Clear. Drinkable water. From air. That moment changed everything. The system didn't produce unlimited water. But it produced enough. Enough for drinking. Enough for cooking. Enough for peace of mind. And that peace of mind was priceless. We stopped feeling helpless. We stopped depending completely on outside systems. We had a backup. A safety net. A sense of control. And that feeling is hard to describe until you experience it. Water shortages are becoming more common worldwide. Droughts. Infrastructure failures. Natural disasters. Population growth. The idea of producing water at home is no longer extreme. It's preparedness. It's sustainability. It's self-reliance. More families are realizing that waiting for problems to happen is no longer enough. Preparation brings security. We never expected to build our own water source. But once you experience a water crisis, your perspective changes forever. Now every drop means something. And knowing your home has a backup, that's a level of peace you can't put a price on. If this story made you think differently about water security, like the video and subscribe for more real-life preparedness and self-reliance stories. And tell me in the comments, would you want your home to have its own water backup? Because once you realize it's possible, you never see the air the same way again. Learn more, visit the link in description and comment.